What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Ilia Topuria interested in fighting Della Maddalena. This week, newly minted lightweight champion Ilia Topuria appeared on a live stream with Kyle Forgeard and Aaron Steinberg of the Nelk Boys, where he talked about a wide range of topics, including the possibility of moving up to 170 welterweight. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. As El Matador revealed, even if Islam Makhachev doesn't emerge victorious from his welterweight title fight with Della Maddalena, Topuria still wants to move up to fight for the belt.
Yeah, and like the guy he's fighting right now, Jack, is like, he's a big guy too, right?
Wow, just imagine if Jack beats Islam. That fight would be great also.
You versus Jack?
Yeah, I would love to fight him.
What do you think? I saw Khabib said that he thinks that Jack is a harder fighter for Islam than you.
What he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Despite all of this, Topuria did note that he'd like to throw down with Makhachev on the UFC's White House card next summer. I would love to fight in front of the United States of America. We'll see what happens. With him, it doesn't matter what weight we fight at. Of course, Topuria also spoke about his first lightweight title defense, revealing that right now, he believes the UFC is going to push for either Justin Gaethje or Paddy Pimblett to get the first crack at his title. I think they're going to try to push for Justin. This is what I think. Or maybe Paddy. It's not even in the conversation about Arman. Despite the fact that Ilia's gone undefeated inside the octagon and is in the midst of a sensational run, Bryce Mitchell believes that the champion is beatable. During his media day appearance on the Wednesday, he weighed in.
What's great about Ilia is his shot selection, and he doesn't waste his energy. He's very, very good at conserving his energy. But he is not unbeatable, bro. I'm just telling you, I blacked his eye on a night when I didn't have no power in my arms. So if I'd have gone in there healthy, he'd have 2 black eyes. Given that Topuria emerged unscathed from his recent win, it sounds like we could see him fight again in either November or December. Arman Tsarukyan fires back at Ilia Topuria comments. Yesterday during a live stream with Nelk, Ilia Topuria revealed that he will vacate his title before he gives Arman Tsarukyan a shot at the belt. Ilia claims that Arman could pull out from the fight, and with the amount of effort that he's put into the game, it's not something he will entertain.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not on my back, bro. I don't care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Now, Arman has responded to Ilia on Twitter by writing, "Imagine calling yourself a champion, but you're already looking for a way out. You can vacate it or I'll take it. Either way, it's mine." Do you agree with Arman and think that Ilia is ducking him? Or do you think Arman needs to fight someone and prove himself before he gets a shot at the title? Let us know in the comments below. Cory Sandhagen reacts to Merab fight with a skit. Usually, Merab is the one dropping skits on social media to promote his fights and troll his opponents. On the heels of Dana White's big announcement that Dvalishvili would be defending his title against Cory Sandhagen on UFC 320, the #1 contender, however, flipped the script, releasing a skit of his own.
Hey there.
You again?
Yep. Just want to let you know that you have absolutely no chance to beat Merab. Absolutely no chance, because just so that you remember, he's on like a 35 win streak, and he beat Umar, and he beat Jan, and you're not gonna do good. He's gonna win a battle. You're not gonna win a battle. You're just a stupid boy. Got it. He's gonna whoop you so bad. You're gonna well, you're delusional.
We're all delusional, okay? Just because you haven't worked hard at something and you don't need to believe in yourself doesn't mean that I can't, right?
Delusional.
Along with the video, which he released via Instagram, Sandhagen wrote, "Some of y'all fools are back on it, but that's okay, I still love you, and new." According to FightOdds.io, the machine opens as a -335 favorite for the fight, while on the flip side, Sandhagen opened as a +275 underdog. Whether these odds shift as we get closer to fight night, only time will tell. Robert Whittaker reveals Dana White paid for new teeth. The last time fight fans saw Robert Whittaker in the octagon, the former champion had his bottom teeth folded in by Khamzat Chimaev. After the fight, Whittaker wound up undergoing surgery, which, as he revealed this week ahead of his UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi headliner against Reinier, Dana White paid for.
Yeah, I'm 100% recovery. And honestly, it wasn't too long afterwards because I just got them taken out, so got implants put in, just had to wait for them to settle. So if anything, they're better than they were before. And the price, it was paid by Uncle Dana, so it's a work injury. It wasn't the jaw, it was the teeth that got moved. My jaw was fine. Honestly though, I shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. It's not a strong position to be in. But who knows? Maybe we'll find out in a few weeks.
In addition, while speaking with Pavel Virobek, who was kind enough to let us use his footage, Whittaker spoke about his upcoming fight on Saturday.
I think he'll go straight to the ground. I think he's going to really try and pressure me and take it to the mat where his strengths lie. I hope he keeps it standing. I want to get my mitts on him. I want to use my speed and striking to my advantage. I wanted to fight Strickland. I wanted to fight anybody up in the higher rankings. But timelines didn't work out. The division was kind of locked up at the time. And then they knew the timeline that I wanted to fight. Reinier had a good win on the weekend. Reinier had a good win against Bo, and they offered him to me. Strike while the iron's hot and jumped into it.
Heading into Saturday's fight, Whittaker is ranked number 5 at middleweight, while Reinier is ranked 13th. While a win won't put Whittaker next in line for a crack at the title, given that he was on a 2-fight win streak prior to the Chimaev loss, a win would likely put him just 1 or 2 wins outside of title talks. Tony Ferguson fires back at the MMA community for comments. After Tony Ferguson's loss to Michael Chiesa last summer, fight fans hoped that El Cucuy would ride off into the sunset and embrace retirement. Instead, the former interim champ signed with the now-defunct GFL before eventually landing with Misfits Boxing, where he'll collide with influencer boxer Salt Papi. On Wednesday, during an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Ferguson fired back at members of the MMA community for urging him to retire amid his 8-fight skid.
90% of the comments out there are saying that I'm washed up, I'm old, and I should retire and all this other bull. And they're saying that because they can't do this I'm doing. That's crazy. And the other 20% is saying that Salt Papi's going to knock me out. So 100% of you are out there hating on me. So you know what? That's more fuel for my fire.
Additionally, Ferguson shed light on his decision to join the GFL despite having an offer to box YouTuber KSI. I was offered to box KSI and I was about to, but I wanted to do the GFL thing. And I was like, when I'm done with MMA, I'll go into boxing. So we went the other way. And then when everything fell through and fell off and all the other it was like, okay, well, I have to stay busy. So I wanted this boxing match. They offered it, and I said, yeah, let's go. And I didn't know it was for a title until a week ago. As El Cucuy explained, the chance to fight for a Misfits boxing title is something that excites him as he enters this new stage of his career. Following his appearance on the Ariel Helwani show on Wednesday, the former interim lightweight champ and Salt Papi also notably had their first face-off ahead of the August 30th fight. While Ferguson is known for his intensity inside the cage, or in this case the ring, the two kept things friendly ahead of their fight next month. UFC updates. Heading into this weekend's card in Abu Dhabi, let's take a look at today's UFC updates, starting with a new addition to the Noche UFC card in September. According to Marcel Dorf, Tatiana Suarez will look to bounce back from a loss to Weili Zhang back in February, when she collides with Amanda Lemos, who is fresh off a decision win over Yasmin Lucindo in March. Next up, we got a new addition to the UFC Vancouver card in October, with Manon Fiorot set to fight Jasmine Jasudavicius. Fiorot will look to bounce back from a loss to Valentina Shevchenko back in May. On the flip side, Jasudavicius will be looking to build on a 5-fight win streak that most recently saw her submit Jessica Andrade in May. In addition, when the UFC hits Rio on October 11th, Vitor Petrino will collide with Thomas Peterson, as Petrino looks to build on a win over Austin Lane earlier this month, and Peterson looks to build on a win over Dontel Mays back in May. We also got an update on Cody Brundage's loss to Mansour Abdul Malik, which took place on the UFC Fight Night Atlanta card. Brundage initially lost the fight via decision after a clash of heads forced the referee to call off the fight 36 seconds into the third and go to the judges' scorecards. As MMA Junkie reported on Wednesday, however, in Georgia, if a round starts but doesn't end, it's omitted from scorecards, meaning Brundage versus Abdul Malik should have been scored as a 2-round fight. After taking this into account, the commission ruled on Wednesday that the fight should have been a majority draw. Additionally, at the Nevada State Athletic Commission's monthly meeting, Sean Strickland's suspension for attacking a fighter at Tough Enough was extended until August, meaning the former champion will have to wait another month before finding out the full extent of his punishment. And last but not least, according to Nolan King, TKO Boxing has officially received its promoter license for the Canelo vs. Crawford fight this coming September. Shara Magomedov sends a warning to DDP ahead of Khamzat fight. Ahead of his fight with Marc-Andre Barriault this weekend in Abu Dhabi, Shara Magomedov has put Dricus du Plessis on notice, warning the champion that he has essentially no chance when he collides with Khamzat Chimaev next month in Chicago. During his media day appearance on Wednesday, Magomedov weighed in on the fight. As I said before, Dricus is in very good strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards. This of course isn't the first time we've heard Magomedov will take aim at DDP. Back in March, during an interview with Sport 24, he questioned how DDP even managed to get the title, chalking the champion's success up to luck, while making it crystal clear he's expecting Chimaev to emerge victorious. UFC Fighter gets suspended for using PEDs. Following the cancellation of his fight with John Castaneda several months back, Douglas Silva de Andrade has reportedly been hit with a retroactive 6-month suspension by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for failing an out-of-competition test. MMA Junkie's Nolan King broke the news on Wednesday, revealing that Silva, who has not fought since his June 2024 loss to Miles Johns, was formally suspended for 6 months by the NSAC after already being suspended by Free Sport International, who handles the UFC's testing in the wake of the USADA split. In a post on social media, King wrote, UFC fighter Douglas Silva de Andrade has been suspended 6 months by NACC for a failed test. He's eligible to return August 14 and must pay a $157.04 fine. He was already suspended by UFC anti-doping for the violation. When one fan joked about the $157 legal fee, King explained that because the failure was out of competition, Silva doesn't have a purse to forfeit. In turn, the commission passes along the legal fees to fighters. Given that he's already been on the sidelines for more than a year, once his suspension is up, expect Silva to return to action sooner rather than later. We have a favor to ask. Help us reach 200,000 subscribers on MMA Zone by subscribing and turning on notifications for daily MMA content. Seriously, we rarely miss a day.